Hello, good morning. Welcome to yet another episode of My Story for You. Today we have a special guest, and I'm sure you will love her because she does magical things. Do you know what her name is? Yes, she's Nancy Castro. Hello, Nancy. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Annie.
Good. Thank you for inviting me to your show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, tell us about your being a confidence coach. How did you build your brand?
So my journey into confidence coaching was all by accident. It honestly was not something that if you would have asked me 5-10 years ago, is this what you're going to be doing? It would have definitely not been it. So I started in human resources, which is how I felt my journey in life was going to take, but unfortunately it didn't. But then fortunately, I stumbled upon confidence building through a group that I did, a nonprofit for women. And it was all about sisterhood and empowerment, and it was really great. And I got the chance to be the director of empowerment for this group. And that's actually how I created the ebook that I started with confidence building. It was a topic that I felt very near and dear to my heart, and the one that I could actually bring more value to. And crazy enough, that was just by accident. I just said, you know what, this is my topic, let's do it. But now that I think about it, after years and years of coaching that I had for myself, I can honestly say that when I did that link of it's confidence that actually held me back in all areas of my life, I really, really, truly realized the power that it has when you have confidence in yourself, the magical things that happen. And so when I linked all of that together, it was like the pinball machine that it taps into everything, and it's like I hit the jackpot. But it really, really transformed my life. And so my mission became, I've got to share this with everyone else. And that's how I stumbled upon it.
Cool. So how did you conceive of the idea? What were the challenges that you were facing? And what are the challenges that you are facing now as a coach?
Yes, so as you all know, challenges, right? It's just a part of life. I think we need to learn to embrace that challenges are just a part of life, and it helps us grow. So one of the biggest challenges was getting out of my comfort zone, because I had been doing human resources for about 15 years. To think about moving into something different was a little bit scary. So it was always the project on the side that I did for fun, and I did a few groups of women, and I kind of just did it for fun and on the side, but I never took that leap of faith to truly get into it until I came out here to Dubai a couple of years ago. And I was kind of forced into it. The universe kind of said, you know what? You need to do it. So it kind of said, you need to go and do it. So I started the business here, and the challenges, obviously, networking. I didn't have a network. I wasn't in my comfort zone. The culture is different. I mean, everything was like from zero. So for me to start this business at zero was the hardest for me, because I was already doing so great in my other business that I never thought, oh, here I go, I'm going to start another one. And at my age, I thought, why do I have to start all over again? But with that being said, it really allowed me to expand my own confidence in myself to continue the growth of what I was already doing.
Please share with us some of your inspirations.
Inspirations. You know what? I can't pinpoint one person or one thing. I think it's been a collection of experiences, of people that I've met along the way. Some of those people are famous, and some of those people are near. Some of those people I've only met for an hour. But every time I meet someone or that I find something, I kind of just throw it into my little basket of inspiration. And whenever I need it, I pull myself from that. And so I cannot really pinpoint that it's been one person or one thing.
I've heard that you're writing a new book.
Yes, I am. This is the first time you guys get to hear about it.
I guess it will be about confidence coaching or just building confidence. So tell me more about your book. When is it coming along?
Yes, so I got chosen to be one of the authors out of 15 that we are going to be writing a book. And I won't tell you the title yet, but we are coming together, and all 15 people are bringing their stories from trials to triumph. And it's going to be so amazing to come together and launch this book together. So it's not just mine, but it's 15 people coming together to write this one book. And it should be coming out at the end of the year. So we're really, really excited about that. We're still writing it and editing and doing all that good stuff. But to be a part of this collaboration has been one of the biggest blessings.
Okay, let me ask you a very different question now. It's a little bit tricky and you might not like it. You have to tell us what is the most odd question anybody asked you ever. It can be anything.
Do you know what? I went to an event, this was last year, and a gentleman came up to me and said, so you do confidence coaching? Yes, absolutely I do. He said, do you live by what you teach? I was like, excuse me? He said, because all the coaches that I know, their life is a mess, but yet they're trying to help other people. But I got off guard. I was so caught off guard. I was like, huh? Like, excuse me? Because I live and breathe my product. So the reason it was created was because of my own challenges. The reason that I know any of these tools is from my own coaching. So I've never been asked that, and it was almost like this thing that just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, somebody is questioning my work. And for a quick second, I had nothing to say, and then all of a sudden I said, this is what I do. This is my life. I never take that hat off, and I live and breathe it. I don't know what kind of experiences you've had in meeting other people, but that's definitely not my story. And I walked away feeling like I stood up for myself, because yes, it is true. We all face it. There are coaches and people, anybody that you meet that maybe don't necessarily live by what they preach, but it wasn't me. And I didn't take it offensive, but for that split second, it was like, oh, what did he just say? But as I answered and I walked away, I just felt myself, this is what confidence does. Because when you know what you do from the heart, not just like out here, but when you truly know it on the inside, game changer.
So Nancy, you have been training and coaching business owners.
Yes.
That's your target audience.
Yes.
What were some of your amusing experiences during that?
Do you know what? Funny enough, I think corporate has been, a lot of managers and directors and all these people, they're so caught up in results. This is what I need to do. This is what I have to get done. Like, it's go, go, go. They don't even have time to just sit down and think about themselves for a second. What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of impact do I want to create in the business, in the organization? And people forget about the soft skills along the way. They want to get the masters, they want to get education and training, but they don't realize that the soft skills are super important as well. And you know, not too long ago, a few of the directors that I actually was coaching, they said, do you know what's funny? That at the very beginning when we started with you, it was always in the back of our mind, this doesn't really work. Like, this doesn't really work. Yet we kept coming back. And then after like a month or two, they said everything just started like lining up. Everything just made sense. And I said, you didn't give up on yourself. Even though you were questioning it, which we're all human, we question things all the time, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. And the fact that they were questioning it, yet still continued to pursue, something in them said, this is the right way to go. So that alone gives me like so much joy and pleasure to think, oh my gosh, yes. So that has been a lot of the surprising things that I've received. So thank you to them that I continue doing what I do.
So Nancy, in your opinion, what is the most important trait that a leading woman like yourself should have? And do you have any advice and tips for budding people like yourself, people who are rising and they want to build their confidence?
I think some of the most important ones, honestly speaking, is self-awareness, definitely number one, because you have to be aware of who you are, and courage, and obviously confidence. Because you can learn so many tools. You can learn and read books and YouTube and attend all these conferences and so much, and you gather all these tools. But then what? Are you able to have the courage and the confidence to pick that up and use it? A lot of people don't. And that's the key, is that they gather all these tools, all these things, but they don't necessarily use them. And that's where the courage and confidence comes in, to say, you know what, I'm willing to step in and do it. And it's okay that I failed, because I'll get feedback. And when you start shifting your mindset into that, that fear starts getting smaller than actually doing the task and feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
Nice. So do you have any advice for the people who are just starting up with their ambitions?
Ooh, yes. Self-check-in. Understand yourself, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your why. The number one thing, know why you're doing what you're going to be doing. If you're stepping into your business or if you're stepping into a higher role, you have to know why you're doing it, because there will be days where you question it. There will be those days where you're just ready to give up. And the thing that will push you over the hump is the why. Why am I doing this? Is it for my family? There's got to be some force that's strong enough that'll push you through. Okay, I got to get up today. I got to get up, because it's not about you anymore. It's about that why you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here today, and I'm sure everybody loved what you told them. The story is inspiring.
Thank you very much.